I want you to hear what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. Because what he's speaking to is the mentality of this team. It's the same thing I talked about after the win. And a lot of people, they don't like this, but I'm sorry. I have to call it what I'm seeing. It's not that I don't like the Cowboys winning. I'm looking at this from the long-term perspective. Because right now, Jerry is looking like he was right about what he did. Because we're basically saying, had it not been for injuries, this team would be that much better. That much better. Shannon Sharpe is about to put this whole thing into perspective for us.
Shay, you heard it. Should the Cowboys bring Mike McCarthy back next season?
Yeah, if you're okay with winning the division and being one and done, absolutely. Why not?
Say it again, Shannon. This is the same thing I'm saying. This is the same thing I'm saying. You cannot bring, if you bring back Mike McCarthy, you're going to get more of the same. And this is the argument I keep making. We're seeing the same thing. Do y'all know we're not seeing anything different? Because Kellen Moore, when Dak Prescott got hurt in 2022, Kellen Moore was actually the OC. And he got the same average out of Kellen Moore, out of Cooper Rush. How do two coaches get the same exact thing out of the same quarterback? And those two exact coaches got the same thing out of Dak Prescott. Only McCarthy got him a little bit more and got him the second-team All-Pro MVP. But Kellen was getting numbers out of Dak too. Dak was doing numbers with Kellen Moore too. Dak's playoff win came under Kellen Moore. Dak was doing numbers with Kellen Moore as much as we excoriate Kellen Moore. Dak was doing numbers. And I don't find it to be strange that both of these OCs got the exact same thing out of Cooper Rush, 2 touchdown average. Everything else is field goals. How can you can't make it up? But Shannon Sharpe, I'm telling you, he's saying the same thing I've been saying. You bring back Mike McCarthy, you're gonna get more of the same. Unless Dak Prescott and this team just flat out, like Aaron Rodgers did, Aaron Rodgers would get to the point and just draw stuff up in the sand. I don't like that call. And just call something else. Dak got his money now. Maybe Dak needs to start following suit. Let me let you hear what Shannon Sharpe said again.
Shay, you heard it. Should the Cowboys bring Mike McCarthy back next season?
Yeah, if you're okay with winning the division and being one and done, absolutely. Why not? That's what you get. You do what you've always done. You'll get what you've always gotten. But you know, one of the biggest things.
What did Einstein say the definition of insanity is, even though it's not the definition of insanity? You know what Einstein said the definition of insanity is? To do the same thing and expect a different result. To do the same thing and expect a different result. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing at Jerry Jones. I'm laughing at the people who are screaming Mike McCarthy. I'm laughing at all of this. I hope you're laughing at me next year if they bring Mike McCarthy back. I hope you're laughing at me and they win the Super Bowl. I hope you're laughing at me. One player is not going to turn around the Cowboys. It is not until the mentality changes and the very thing that I've been talking about for 3 days, and now Shannon Sharpe is reiterating it. It's got to be a change. It's not the quarterback. Because we're actually seeing the same result that we got with Kellen Moore and Cooper Rush. We're getting the same result with Mike McCarthy and Cooper Rush. Do we not realize it was the 4-1 run with Kellen Moore? We can arguably say the winning percentage with Cooper Rush was better with Kellen Moore. But what we can't say is that Cooper Rush looks any different with Mike McCarthy than he did with Kellen Moore, because actually he doesn't. It's the same thing. And the regression this season was not a quarterback regression. We watched an entire coaching philosophy regression. And some of it is because of players, but it's not just the players. Why the regression happened, it's because of the mentality of the owner/GM. Y'all remember when it began? I can. We're going all in. That's when this stupidness really took off. We're going all in. Everybody says, oh, Jerry's going all in. Boy, they're about to go to free agency. They're about to be in the trade. They're about to be in the trade game. Ooh, man. We brought in Ezekiel Elliott. We did nothing. In the free agency frenzy, we did nothing. Then we got to the trade deadline and we got Jonathan Mingo. We'll never know what he is with Cooper Rush. Y'all, I'm telling you, don't even worry about looking. Don't blame Jonathan Mingo. Don't blame him. He is not a Cooper Rush style of receiver. He's not. He's not built for this dumb West Coast offense. No, he's not built for it. He's a down the receiver. He's a down the field receiver, and that's not Cooper Rush's strength. It's not his strength. Love it, like it, or hate it. It's not his strength. The stats show it. The tape shows it. It's not his strength. We're watching the same thing in a different package, and we think it's something different. It's not. It's not. I saw this team do some of the same stuff when they started talking about Jason Garrett. I saw some of the same stuff. Teams do this stuff all the time. And just like this, we don't even realize it. It's not successful. What we're watching is not sustainable. It's not successful. They have been motivated by a situation, and we're giving all of this to Mike because it's all about Mike. No, we're making it all about Mike, but it's not all about Mike. I keep telling us a team is built from the top down. Owner, GM, coach, quarterback, players. The mentality on this team is terrible because it's coming from the owner himself. And now we got the coach who is going along with this madness. I want y'all to think about how crazy this is. We're talking about our team, and we're playing for absolutely nothing. Mike Fisher asked this question, and I thought it was so powerful. Mike Fisher said, he didn't ask a question, he made a comment. He said, I'm not sure of us beating the Panthers, and he mentioned another team. So let's throw in the Bucs. The Panthers and the Bucs. So we're saying we're creating a winning mentality when we were actually already winning. So the winning mentality is based around not winning a championship. This is my part I'm adding. The winning mentality is based around not winning a championship, but around Mike McCarthy? Are we hearing this? I'll let you hear Shannon Sharpe.
One of the biggest detriments to greatness is expectations. You see, when you don't have any expectations, look at the Cowboys when they had no expectations versus when they had expectations.
Did I not say this just 3 days ago? You play different. You play different when you're playing for nothing, when you're playing the spoiler, when you're playing for pride. You play different. You ever notice that? You're playing with house money. When I don't understand what it means when you're playing with house money, because you're playing with money that you won. You get to put your money back in your pocket, and now you get to play with money that you won. You're actually not losing. Now you don't mind. You come in the casino with $1,000. You win $120,000. You put your $1,000 back in your pocket. And where now you were rolling for $100 a roll. Maybe you were running for $50 a roll. You win that $120,000. Hey man, no big deal. I'm gonna put $1,000 on this roll. Who cares? I'm gonna put $5,000 on this roll, $10,000 on this roll. You know why? I'm playing with house money. Man, I'm wild and loose. You play a lot different when you're playing on your last $100. Now you asking people, can you blow on the dice for me? Can you pray for me? Now you looking at this thing a whole lot different. Everybody talking about, hey, KK, come on and roll. You like, hey, wait, hold on a second. Now you real careful when you putting that $25 chip, because you know now, because I'm about to go, if I miss this, now I'm going to 75. Boy, you playing a whole lot different when you playing with your money. That's the difference. When you're not playing with expectations, you're just out there doing your thing, man. When you're playing from a position of dominance and superiority, you play different. Because when you're better than teams, when you know, hey man, I don't care if we get a turnover or not. I don't care if we get 1 interception, 2 interceptions or not. I don't care what happened today. We're better than this team. All we got to do is go out here and beat the brakes off of them. We're going to beat them man to man. We don't need to be a blood red moon. We don't need Jordan Lewis doing cartwheels in the end zone, getting incredible interceptions. We don't need none of that stuff. We line up and we beat you. Why? Because we're superior. We play different. But when we're not superior, when we know the other team has a chance of beating us, we play different. When the moment is too big, we play different. There's nothing left to play for. And now we're saying, we're giving maximum effort? Shame on us. Because if you tell me that playing for a man's job is more important than playing for a championship, and your effort in the playoff games that we've seen this team in, this team has not been doing this. We've seen a player or two acting like this, but not the team, not even the coach. But when it's all about Mike, this is how we playing. Shannon is telling you the same thing that I've been saying. Drop some more science on them, Shannon. They ain't listening to me.
To start the season, guys. Now, all of a sudden, they have nothing to play for. They can throw caution to the wind. Oh, they're winning. I'm glad the way he kept the team together. The leadership. Where's the leadership in the first 10 games?
I'm just letting you just all digest that. I've been seeing the same stuff. Before I ever even heard Shannon say this, saying the same stuff. Jerry Jones is a snake oil salesman. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous what we're doing. And this fan base and the people who argue this stuff, it's insane what we're doing. We're acting like we're watching a different Cooper Rush. We're acting like we're watching a different Michael Parsons. We're acting like we're watching a different Mike McCarthy. No, we're watching all the same stuff. We're watching the same Michael Parsons. Marlon Brando talks about Dak racking up stats against bad teams. You ever want to go look at Michael Parsons' stats between the average teams versus the good teams? Go look. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind when you start looking at big games. It will blow your mind. We're watching the same stuff. Watching the same stuff.
Where was the leadership in the first 12 games? There was none. Now, all of a sudden, if you thought so highly of him, why did you give him a contract extension?
He's asking all the right questions. He's asking the same questions I've been asking. Who's Jerry trying to convince? Who? Who is Jerry trying to convince? He's already fooled most of the fan base. He's already fooled most of the fan base. Most of the fan base are already in on this. Jerry is, I'm telling you, I can see why Jerry's a billionaire. I can see exactly why this man's a billionaire. Jerry done turned this whole season around. And I'm not talking about winning. Jerry Jones has turned this whole season back around because he's now got people talking about the Cowboys again, going to the games again, watching the games with hope, not even realizing what you're watching. They're playing for nothing. And we're bragging about the fact that Mike McCarthy got professional grown men with contracts on the line. Mike got them playing hard. What? Let me let you hear Shannon Sharpe, and then I'm going to read some more of your comments.
And what has he done to make you think now he's the guy to lead us into the future? I'm confused. You don't make the playoffs, and you're thinking about keeping him.
Say it again, Shannon. Say it again. He don't make the playoffs, and we're applauding him more than what we did when he won 12 games in 3 seasons in a row. What are we? What? This is ludicrous. Only in Dallas. Only in Dallas. Only in Dallas, man. Jerry Jones got us thinking all kinds of crazy ways.
When you go 12-5 for 3 consecutive years, you don't extend it. Am I missing something? You know, guys, hey, I understand I didn't graduate magna cum laude. I graduated thank you, Lordy. But what am I missing, guys?
Thank you, Lordy. Thank you, Lordy.
It's funny that he says that because I actually did graduate magna cum laude. My sons always make fun of me for it, too. It's funny. But it doesn't matter if you graduated magna cum laude or not. You got to make it make sense. Why did you need this season to determine whether or not you were going to sign Mike McCarthy? But according to Jerry Jones, he wanted to create an atmosphere to where it was a sense of urgency, and it didn't seem to work. This is also my issue with Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones. This is all about Mike McCarthy. So you're telling me you got a wide receiver with an AC joint issue that could possibly require surgery after the season. You've been eliminated from the playoffs, and you're saying we're still going to play CeeDee Lamb? Why not sit CeeDee Lamb down for the rest of the season? Why not sit DeRon Bland down for the rest of the season? Continue to try to win. That's fine. But don't try to win at all cost when you could literally cost yourself a player. It's one thing when you're healthy and you're saying, no, I'm going to play. But when the player is not healthy, why? Why would it doesn't make sense with CeeDee Lamb? It doesn't make sense. Let one of the other wide receivers step up. Or are you afraid that without CeeDee Lamb, what you're going to look like?